Hey, everybody. It's so good to see you tonight. I'd love to welcome you to our call. Tonight, we're going to talk about how your gut health affects your mental health, what that connection is. And also, we're going to discuss the shred some since this is the week to start the shred, and also about getting your food or your medicine from the pharmacy, Pharmacy, and not the Pharmacy. We'll see what that looks like. So I'm Elizabeth Garrett, and here with my team members, Brandy Anderson and Shelly Harson. Actually, I'm on Brandy's team. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Shelly. Good to see you guys. Wanted to share a little bit about my Juice Plus testimony. I started taking Juice Plus about 7 years ago, and my husband and I were both taking it, and we felt great. Initially, I had some allergies I was dealing with, and as soon as I started taking the Juice Plus, immediately those allergies seemed to go away. And my husband had borderline hypertension, but with the Juice Plus, it seemed like that blood pressure was just getting more manageable. And he didn't have near as many problems and had all kinds of energy. Then, fast forward a few years, and we decided to move to Tupelo, Mississippi, which is where I live now. And the motivation for our move was to take care of my mom, who was elderly and lived on 5 acres by herself. So when we moved, right before we moved, we had to just get rid of some things. We minimized in a lot of areas in our life. We sold half of our belongings, and we stopped taking the Juice Plus and just simplified things. And we moved to a camper as a temporary location while our house was being built. And of course, in that process, we were not able to eat as healthy as we had been. So not only did we stop taking the Juice Plus, we weren't getting those 30 fruits and vegetables every day. We were also not eating as healthy because I don't know if you've ever lived in a camper, but you have a little bitty fridge, and you really can't have a lot of fresh veggies and fruits in a camper, and you have to hide everything from the ants too. So but it was supposed to be just a temporary situation, and in the meantime, we like I said, we weren't eating as healthy and not getting as much activity because it was winter time, and had to change doctors. So, Brandy, I'm going to let you share a little bit about this story from here. Brandy is my bonus daughter. She's my husband's daughter, and I'm going to let her share a little bit from here.
Okay. So yeah, my dad, when you guys moved away, I'm sure there was a lot of stress of having to sell all of your stuff and to live in the camper. And I know y'all had a problem with the ants, and it was problem after problem. And just knowing that you guys weren't eating healthy, and then going to that new doctor, the doctor put my dad on a certain medication that pretty much changed the chemistry in his brain, which is a lot of times what those drugs do. And because of that, we lost my dad to suicide a little over 2 years ago. And I, as we were talking about planning this call tonight and what we wanted to talk about, one thing that happened when we were planning it is I was sitting in front of my desk here and looked out the window, and I saw, as soon as we mentioned my dad's name, I saw a cardinal on the branch right outside of my office, which, if you guys believe in the divine and believe that, certain things, when you see them, that it comes divinely. And for me, seeing a cardinal was divine, which just solidified the fact that this is information that we need to share with people. And this is our purpose. Mine and Elizabeth, we are a tag team, and our purpose is to help people live healthier lifestyles. And one of the things that we really know what we've learned from and reading this book. It's called The Brain Maker by Dr. Perlmutter is his name. And so Elizabeth and I are reading this book, and we're doing a lot of research on gut health and how your gut health is connected to your brain health. So we know that that's something that happened with my dad, and knowing that in my heart of hearts, I feel like he would still be here if you guys still have been doing Juice Plus. And so when it was introduced into my life, I knew, I talked to Elizabeth right away, and she's like, yes, you need to do it. Yes, I'm going to join your team. And we're doing this together because we do believe that if you are taking care of your gut health, if you're feeding your body with plant foods and whole foods, that that is 100% connected back to your brain health. So here's just a little excerpt I want to read from the book. So what's a disturbing fact is that most prescriptions for antidepressants are written by primary care physicians, not mental health professionals. And so we need to focus on understanding that the causes of mental illness so that we can find the real treatments and cures and don't involve potentially dangerous drugs with serious side effects, right? So these drugs are being prescribed and they have all of these side effects. It's now become clear that what's going on in the gut determines to some degree what happens in the brain. The research exploring the connection between the gut and psychiatric issues is now narrowing in on the microbiome. And so that's what's living in your gut. Your gut is called the microbiome. A number of mechanisms, most of which are now familiar to you, are at play, including the direct effects of gut bacteria on the intestinal barrier, your microbiome, and their effects on the production of neurotransmitters that impact mental wellness. So more research is happening, and doctors are finding this and they're realizing this. So not only does your gut microbes control the production of inflammatory chemicals in the body that factor into mental health, but they control our ability to absorb certain nutrients such as omega-3 fats and manufacture vitamins key to mental health. So if you guys are wanting to learn more, this book is amazing. And just knowing that we can flood our bodies easily with these plant foods, with these capsules that have fruits and veggies in them. It's just a simple solution. And I just wish that a few years ago that my dad was still flooding his body with the right things, because the doctor would not have prescribed him that medication and he might still be here. But
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just the mental health that the healthy gut bacteria impacts either. It's actually 90% of all known human illnesses can be traced back to an unhealthy gut. So it's amazing at how all of this is interrelated. And a case in point is back in October of 2020, I had been in the yard working and had gotten poison ivy, and it even inhaled it. So it had gotten into my lungs. So I had gotten a really bad case of it. And I went to the doctor and they gave me a steroid shot, which is really strong. And then I ended up having to go back a second week to get another steroid shot. And what I did not know is I've actually been on an antidepressant, on Zoloft, since about 2014. And that's one of the medications that it talks about in this book, Brain Maker. It talks about how it works against your microbiome, how it produces, it counteracts. And sure enough, I discovered what happened was I was on this antidepressant already, which was fighting my immune system. And I've had a very strong immune system. I've been taking the Juice Plus during COVID when my mom actually died from COVID back in May, and I was her caregiver, changing her and just taking care of her 24/7. And I never got it because I was doubling up on my Juice Plus, making sure I had a strong immune system. But then fast forward to October, the poison ivy had weakened my immune system, and then I was already taking the Zoloft, and then the steroid shot, not just one, but two came in and threw my body into a total opposite situation of what it had been in. It destroyed my immune system. And I actually had a virus that I didn't even know was in my system manifest itself, and it was extremely painful. So that's how it's all interrelated with your immune system, with what you eat, with the medications. I mean, it's all the science is, as Brandy mentioned, a lot of this is talked about in this book, Brainmaker, which is amazing. And another thing it talks a lot about is how a healthy microbiome, a healthy gut, is created by foods that reduce inflammation. And of course, on the other side of that, the foods that cause inflammation are what we as Americans all eat: sugar, gluten, dairy. I mean, those are major causes of inflammation in processed food. So, if that's all we're putting into our bodies, then we're going to have disease. And I was reading in the book, and I'm just going to read you a list of some of the, and this is what science is telling us. And these are just some of the diseases that are caused by this inflammation in your gut from the foods that you eat. It includes ADHD, asthma, autism, allergies and food sensitivities, chronic fatigue, mood disorders, including anxiety, depression, diabetes and cravings for sugars and carbs, obesity, memory problems, chronic constipation, colds or infections, intestinal disorders like celiac, Crohn's disease, insomnia, painful joint inflammation, arthritis, chronic yeast problems, skin problems, gum and dental problems, Alzheimer's, dementia. And how many people do you know who have those problems? So, Brandy,
Yeah.
back to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So many people. And, I'm sure that you listed off, for the people that are going to watch this, you listed off something that either they might have more than one of them, or somebody that they know and love has. So, what we do to help our microbiomes, our gut to get healthy, is to consume plant foods. And like Liz said, like the things that we are eating on the American diet that are causing inflammation, when we do our shred 10, which is where we take 10 days out of every month, today being day one of our 10-day shred, we cut out gluten, dairy, sugar, processed foods, limit your caffeine and alcohol, which are both inflammatory. And then we just flood our body with plant foods. We make sure that we're getting plenty of water, plenty of rest, also exercising, which is great for your body, but intermittent fasting is part of it. So your body needs time to heal. So we do our intermittent fasting during the day. We just don't eat after 6 p.m. And then that just helps your body to repair and recover from all the things that you've done to it all day. And we just add our plant powder. So this is our fruits and veggies in a capsule. It also comes in a gummy form. And then we have berries. So we call this our trio. So fruit, veggies, and berries. And then we also have these awesome plant omegas. Like this is great for your hair, your skin, your nails, inflammation. Like if you've ever taken a omega fish oil supplement, believe me, I've tried the gamut and they are disgusting. I have fish burps. These omegas are actually, they come from algae. So we take the middle fish out of the equation. So there's no fishiness. Actually, you can actually take one of these and put it on just squeeze it onto your tongue and it tastes like orange oil. So these are great for inflammation. And then we also drink our shakes, our complete shakes. So we do 2 shakes a day. It comes in chocolate and vanilla, whichever one that you like, but these are also great for regulating your gut health. So there's 13 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, so that the combination of the protein and fiber is what's different. And these are vegan. So that's what's different about our shakes. And we just do 2 of these a day. And then you can snack, you can eat whatever you want, just making sure that you're trying to cut out those inflammatory things like gluten and dairy. So we eat as clean as possible for those 10 days. And I do that every single month. I've been doing it for over a year, and my health is better than it's ever been. Like, my background is in health and wellness for the last 20 plus years, and I've seen it all. I've tried it all. And this is just plant foods. It's simple. It's one simple solution that we take our plant foods every day through these capsules, and we're able to flood our body with what we need to regulate your gut health, to like have all of those antioxidants that you get from fruits and veggies, because we are not eating enough. There's not one person on this planet that can eat enough fruits and veggies every single day to have a healthy gut and have that repair happening in your body. So, anything you want to add before we wrap up, Liz?
Well, sure. I wanted to mention about the shred. What I love about it is it gives, like Brandy said, it gives you a chance to let your body rest, but it also helps you do a reset. It's a healthy detox. And then at the end of that 10 days, you're not craving sugar. You're not craving the dairy and the gluten like you were. And it's a great way. I mean, it only takes, 21 days to start a habit. And also 40% of what you do every day comes from what your habits are. So habits actually make up 40% of what you do every day. So if you just make drinking the extra water, getting the extra sleep, doing the physical activity, make all of those things make them all a habit, then that gets your body used to being healthy and whole. And at the end of that 10 days, you are ready to go. And before long, you feel great. And you're, like Brandy said, in better health than you've ever been, which I can honestly say I am. And the only medication I take is that one medication I mentioned earlier, which I would love to get off of it, but I'm struggling with that whole concept just for different reasons. But otherwise I'm in perfect health and living my best life yet. Other than the fact that we don't have Brandy's dad with us. That's, if he were here, it'd be perfect. But so we're sharing this message because of him. He's our inspiration.
100% our inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So we thank you guys for watching. And if you have any questions, just make sure to reach out. Kind of 3 different takeaways from this call is, number one, that you maybe learned something that you didn't already know, and we can provide some free resources to you. We have our Facebook group that's private, that we share our shred stories and recipes every month, workouts. We're there to support each other. We also have a website that has videos. We have cookbooks. We have a whole Shred 10 cookbook. We have a complete cookbook, because you can make shakes, you can make ice cream, you can make muffins, you can make pancakes, you can make energy bites out of this. So not just the shakes, we have a whole recipe book around that. Or number 2, like you get it. Like, okay, I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to take charge of my health, and you're ready to get started. So whether you get started with fruits and veggies, which the cool thing about this is the price. Okay. What happens when you get the fruits and veggies? You can actually sponsor a child. So that's your child, that's a friend's child, that's a niece, a nephew, a granddaughter, a grandson, but you can get the fruits and veggies for free for 4 years. So if you continue to order, you get that for free. So think about your kids, your grandkids. Are they eating all their fruits and veggies? Are they eating what's in here? Are they eating broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, lemon peel, rice bran, and kale? Are they eating kale? No, they're not. Maybe they are, but most are probably not. But anyway, so you can get the fruits and veggie gummies or capsules for a child age 4 through college. And so if you're ready to get started, you can jump in on the shred. So we're all in on the shred. We do our quad and then we do our 2 shakes every day. And we do that for the 10 days. So if you want to get started on that, it's not too late to get started. And then number 3, join our mission, right? Like our team here, like we are here to help people. We're here to share with you guys how to, improve your health just by doing this one simple change. So we're here to inspire healthy living around the world. And if you want to join our team, join our mission, we would love for you to do that. So we thank you guys. Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing your story. Thanks, Shelly, for being on. And just have a good night and reach out to us if you have any questions.
Thank you.